Blowing is optional. What's going on, everyone? I'm the JakeOfALL, and you bought this on eBay. You might have bought the complete kit. We're gonna take this, we are going to take this, and when we're done, it's gonna look like that. So we're gonna show you how. So what we have here is a brand new PACKOUT. I get all of my phone from Kaizen, so if you order from 3D Technologies, or you're gonna just do it yourself, you only buy the bins, whatever, this is the PACKOUT you're gonna need, which is the, 4830?
I believe so, yes, because the 35 is the half width, so
4830. You got your PACKOUT, you're gonna take it like that. Say you ordered the DIY kit. The DIY kit should be this, correct?
Yes.
Which means they're providing their own rib nut tool?
Their own tool and their own PACKOUT.
Okay, and then you get this from 3D Technologies, which is bins for all of bins and inserts for all of the accessories, and then your little mandrel bin, a set of 3D printed latches, and then, like I said, Kaizen foam. And this is CNC cut from Kaizen to fit the tool. The specific one is on the website and all that. You notice this doesn't fit, and you go, oh, JakeOfALL, oh, 3D. That's because we need to get a couple items out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these bins out of the way. I'm gonna show you our tools that we're gonna need. That might be a little aggressive, but just a standard OMT works pretty well. Maybe a drill, I don't know. So what we're gonna do at first is we're gonna cut these ribs out. If you look at the way these ribs work, and then you flip over the bottom, you can see that there is gonna be a seam that you don't wanna cut through. So we're gonna get some close-up shots, and you guys are gonna be able to sort of see, is we wanna cut down these side pieces, and that's what we're gonna also use to sort of gauge. Now, if you look again and use the foam as a template, you only need to cut enough that this piece can go in, right? And not lift it up. So we're just gonna try to do baby steps, and it does get messier before it looks good, right? Cool? Okay. All right, so I wanna show you this joint. This is not what we're going for, but this is what we don't want to get too much past, is where this is fused together, or in the injection process, right? We don't want to cut into this much more. And the way this is the bigger one. Honestly, the smaller would be easier. Play around with turning your head. But what I'm gonna do now that that side is mainly out of the way, is I am going to put this at the slightest of angle, but almost straight. And now I can come through and get it right into where I want it. And if you want to be sure, make your cut, flip it over, make sure you haven't cut through it. So now we're going to go back, we're going to get all the rough cutting done. Okay, we don't know if we're done yet, but what we do know is that we can't add material back easily. Now, if you do actually cut all the way through, you can get a soldering iron, you can get some kind of heat source, and you can definitely melt and make sure that you're good. Now, I think the center is still high, looks like it will work, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim this up a little bit, and you guys can just see it fast forward. Okay, so what I do is I then take my flat disc, and honestly, just about any sander, but I am comfortable with the aggressiveness, and I get these smooth, this smooth, okay? Then I take all of this.
You're not making enough noise for how much you're shaking
Right.
it.
And then I try to get as much of it out as possible. I didn't state this tool, but it helps if you want to keep your stuff, you know.
Ooh, 3 tools?
I know, I didn't state this one because that was, you know, blowing is optional. Now let's put the Kaizen foam in, test fit, looks good. Okay? You guys can see fine? All right, now the kit. Let's go over the kit. You're getting this You can see, fits in there nice. Okay, I had to take a pause because I realized I needed to get something really big out of my pants.
I cannot with you right now.
2 pieces of foam. So when I stuffed this in, I went, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. And I was like, no, we can't cut this anymore. And then I remembered. And you get these too. Wink, wink. Okay, you got a left side and a right side. It's really simple. Stuff it in the case. I'm gonna turn it around for the camera. Don't you worry, you're gonna love this. This just helps level the bottom out. Cool. Now, let's do this all sort of over again. So we put our foam in.
Oh, she's a beaut, Clark.
Right? Our tool. Okay, it's compressed in there. Nice, holds it in place. We're all happy, right? Now, you get bins. How you put the bins in the PACKOUT are entirely up to you. I will tell you that this is foam, and foam has flex. Before you go and cut, which you might have to, this or this, depending on how, well, for a lack of better terms, how tight you like it.
You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, but I appreciate you continuing to check in with me on that.
But what we're gonna do then, now if your kit comes with more than what is in here, then that's just sort of the way it is. You'll want to take one of these and come in and put these in the bottom. Now, I need to, can you hand me the lighter?
So yeah, if you ever order anything 3D printed and you see there's a little like random piece of plastic on it, just take a lighter to it.
Cleans up. It's just a byproduct of the 3D printing. Okay, so what these do is this is a place to put hardware. This is a place to put hardware, but you can also put your extras down in here, and depending on how many you sort, but also, and this one I have to do, so I'll be right back on camera. I actually got to take the glasses off because I am sweating. You are going to want to take these and pry these out. So I will be right back. So in case you're wondering how you clean supports from inside of a hole, you risk it for the biscuit. We used to spend a long time trying to clean the supports out of these, and it's all partially because there's some really tight tolerances. See, I'm just making sure that I'm not drilling all the way through the back of the bin. And this is why we have the shop now instead of our office and the printers in the living room, is because nothing makes a bigger mess than filament just floating around the house.
Nothing makes Jake twitchier than finding filament.
Load them in. And the good news is with the kit, you get these bins. I'd say that was a solid like 30% success.
I love you.
This design was perfect when we designed it, and as they increase stuff, it certainly changes what we can do. They come with, some kits come with, all of them come with like the same tool, but some come with less of these than this bin, and some come with more. Just think a little smarter, Jake. I forgot about something. I know. But that's because it's easier to cut Kaizen foam solid. So we do have to actually come back in here.
Cut the bottom.
And we got to cut. So as I have explained, or maybe I forgot, but it's foam. And like I said, some of these tools, people get them on eBay, some get them on Amazon, but sometimes they don't fit perfectly. But that's what we love about the Kaizen foam, is that we are able to adjust the fit. And for example, adjusting the fit, so I went ahead and cut a nice big indentation so that can sit down in there. And there you can see much better. The lid looks nice and flat. But that's not it. There's more.
But wait! There's more!
So latches, in case you haven't seen this one, put a screwdriver in, wedge. Okay. Now we need to be careful because we just filled this with a bunch of hardware. Okay.
Make a packer on the front of your sticker.
This is fine. So we grab our new latches. They will come to you in a
Aren't
little
those
bang.
pretty?
They are. We need to pull these off. And then you're going to want to take a hot pokey stick. A drill bit will also work. Anything, a punch. And you want to look for a side with a divot and push that pin out. And we're going to possibly need this drill later, so that's why I have this here like this. And people are like, why don't you just use a punch? And I'm going, well, because I have to use it, or I possibly have to use it, okay? So now, out with the old, in the scrap pile, okay? In with the new. Now what you want to do, like I said, possibly have to use, you want to run your pins, and you want to make sure they go in there without fighting. If they fight, get a drill bit. I gotta grab one, I'll be right back. And now, much easier, okay? You see that? Can you see it? I'll do the little makeup thing. Mm-hmm. You put that in last. So you start with the opposite end, get it started, get it going in, do your next one, get it started. You should never have to do that. I'm just making a video, but I'm using something hard to push against the knurling or whatever you would call that. And that just forces it back in, which is why you can have that plastic drilled a little, and then you want to put your latches on, or your metal rings on this way, like that. Now, it's simple, and this is also the reason. Once this pin is in, it can't come back out because it's held in by the sides. Boom, boom, boom. Right? And now, it looks like that. We have a nice travel setup with hardware that stays where it needs. You have locations to store drill bits underneath each one of the nut certs itself section. You have handles. If you bought the complete kit, you've got it like this. It showed up in a box with love, and you're ready to nut cert your way into
Brighter
situations. So yeah, that's it. It's done. Somebody on the last one, when I did an Instagram and I cut this up, they're like, hack job. I'm hacking it up. I obviously am. But it looks really good. If you take the foam out, it doesn't look bad. But why would you take the foam out? You have a kit. I mean, I have one all the way over there, but it's on the bottom next to the weed whacker. It says RivOUT. And when I'm installing any kind of aftermarket lighting accessories on a vehicle or running boards or whatever, and I need a nut and a bolt in the chassis, but I can't get to the backside, that's it. It's way to go. So I can't talk anymore because this has to go out to our customer. I have to get back to work. So this quick tip, it's a quick tip. That's what JakeOfALL used to do. You guys enjoy. I gotta go. See you.